Asia is a region which has huge potential and it's ripe for opportunities around cash displacement at a massive scale. So what we are doing is, as the commerce landscape evolves, we are focused on advancing, secular shift towards digital. Now, secular shift is not very easy, right? It still has a long way to grow, and the big hurdle is around there are markets which are still early in the financial inclusion, so they need to come up to speed. Then there are technologies around there which are quite fragmented, which we need to work on and bring consistency around that. So for a person to move to the digital journey, we are seeing very consistent themes. And the number one consistent theme is around increased adoption of digital payments. And that's driven primarily around the consumer need for speed and convenience. And what we've seen is that it has actually blurred the lines between physical and digital interactions. The second thing we've seen is that these digital experiences are very inconsistent in nature. And depending on the retailer, the app you use, the browser you use, and the device you use, they're quite inconsistent. The third theme is around these rise of, and you've seen that, in Asia, the rise of alternative payment methods compared to the traditional payment methods. And they could be manifested in form of local wallets, global wallets, browser autofill, and there are different kinds of, alternative payment methods which are emerging. And the fourth thing is the very, very serious and big is the security concerns which the consumer has around sharing their payment credentials and interacting with the growing number of partners they interact with. So that's the four consistent themes we are seeing. All we're trying to do is we are saying we need to do this displacement of cash to card, and more than card, from card to digitized commerce. And we want to bring that same experience of contactless uh, to the online checkout, because that world is broken today. That world is very insecure. And we want to reinvent uh, the whole digital checkout experience. And we're trying to combine, three elements to bring this all together. The first element is around tokenizing all payment credentials. So tokenize all payment credentials by default, whether it's on device, whether it's you are doing card on file for subsequent payments, or whether it's even guest checkout where you do it one-time payments. The second element is around, streamlining the whole checkout experience, and we're introducing something at a standardized level, at industry level, called click to pay. And the third one is you use the power of biometric authentication on your device, and that's manifested in the form of a payment passkey. So we're saying combine the token credential, combine that with the payment passkeys. You tokenize both of those, and then it cannot be shared with others, and then no fraud can happen. And that's the next big thing which is happening. And we're launching this in Singapore today. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to come in as an industry using industry standard and introducing this thing called payment passkeys. Payment passkey is just like unlocking your own phone or a device. We're saying we introduce that for payments. You just do a biometric authentication on your device. You don't need to get an OTP. You don't need to flip and flop between banking apps, and then the transaction happens seamlessly, and those credentials cannot be shared. So tokenized payment credentials, tokenize basically payment identity, and then the next step is around this tokenizing data assets and digital assets. So that's our new theme around, token economy we're trying to create. And we believe that this will solve all the risks which are out there in the payment ecosystem.